All right. That pause went on longer than I meant for it to. Hey guys, hey, what's up? It's me. It's Tech. It's Tech Tank. How you guys doing? We're back. We're back in of the devil. I had a lot of fun with this. Honestly, it was really good. Yeah. I had a lot of really fun with this, and I meant to do this last week too, but I kind of just lost track of time, so I wasn't. Oh shit, my water. So I was unable to get it back around to it. But we're here now. Hold on. All right. I almost forgot I had cold water waiting for me in my freezer. I had to put it in my freezer or else it won't be cold by the time I need it, which is almost immediately. But we're here. For anybody who's watching this and who has also who also watches my what is it? Triple C playthrough. Hey, hi all three of you. How you guys doing? After Melt being like, yes, I love to collect figurines, specifically Good Smile ones. Literally like name dropping Good Smile. Fantastic, by the way. You could even hear her say it in Japanese. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna figure a Good Smile because, and I learned this very recently. There's a U.S. branch of Good Smile, and you can still get figures delivered from Good Smile that way. If you're using AmiAmi like I used to, they don't ship to the United States anymore for reasons. But until that kind of goes away, I think I'm gonna go Good Smile for a while. My Good Smile order arrived maybe 8 hours ago, maybe a little more. I got it's here and I have it out and I am so scared of it. I'm less scared of it and more scared for it. There's so many small pieces. They all seem very fragile. Don't. It's a mix of like, oh man, this cool new thing that I got, I really don't want to bust it up. But also it's like so many customizable pieces. It's nice. But also hmm. I was doing something a lot of people do with their figurines. I'm just like, there's a lot of customizable pieces and they all like snap on and off. But I am so scared. This is kind of a new thought in the thought cabinet. Most boys get when they hit puberty, which, along with other thoughts, is, oh boy, this puberty shit just gave me a bunch of extra strength I didn't know that I had access to. I need to not exert any amount of pressure on anything, or else I will break it. This. I know it's not just unique to me. I know it's not just unique to me because I know somebody else did it. I was talking to somebody else about it before, and they were also like, "Yes, I have had that thought." Like, God damn it! Just like I don't. I need to be careful with literally everything I touch, or else it'll break. It freaks me out, man. So I'm having a bit of a time with my Good Smile. It's I got a Sakamata Chloe from Hololive for a couple of reasons. One, I've always really liked her design, and like the design is really cool. her voice, her singing voice is fantastic. It's just like mm. And also the something of a limited supply nowadays. And Good Smile was kind of going out, running out of them. So I thought, it's sub $100. Why not? And I've already lost a piece. It was one of the inner pieces. I think it's supposed to be like a placeholder for. It comes with like two different torsos, one with the jacket, one without the jacket. And I guess it's like a placeholder thing for the spare torso, which is, it's cool that that's the one that I lost, and then not like something important like one of the faces or the masks or the hands. But at the same time, I'm like, oh man, I really hope I didn't need that. Also, and this may just be like I'm really not used to. I'm still technically not used to figures, and also Good Smiles specifically because they're all posable and like cool customizable. I have no idea how to fit the thing to the little stand she came with because it feels like it's not good. I don't know. It's me. I know it's me. Good Smile always puts out really quality stuff. Even though this is the first one I bought, I've seen all the other Good Smile stuff, like a lot of other Good Smile stuff. It's just yeah, whatever. This isn't the time. Now is the time. Yeah, I think we can get started. Wrap up episode 0, whatever's left of it. I almost did this on my own terms and then just uploaded whatever came of it. I was like, this is either going to be like a 30-minute episode or like a fucking 5-minute episode. So maybe I'll just hold off. I also prematurely, like 30 minutes ago, bought episode 1. So if time permits, we'll start episode 1 too. So let's go in. Oh, also apparently I had an update today with full controller support. I'm not doing that, obviously, but it's nice that they did it. All right. Oh, good. What's my stupid fucking saving scheme? 23. It's all around the same time. What's this one? Okay. Right. We were cornered by not Ch.0. That's crazy. That may just be me, though. I'm seeing fate characters everywhere. But she does look a lot like Ch.0. Right. Her breaks ammo. Thank God. I know what a goddamn profile is. Profiles are reconstructed from psychology based on evidence of their crimes. Kind of fallen out of fashion in the last few decades. Not much need to guess why when 99 times out of 10 out of 100 that he was caught on camera or before they even leave the house. Find some real fossils and oddballs, get advice on how to go about it. But I'm getting active. Can I? What is? Oh, I can't access the phone. Okay, wait. There it is. Profiling. Did they change the UI on this? It feels different. Did you mean profile had to delete? Profile filtering. Trying to get your dating profile just right can be a full-time job. Let Valentine take the reign with our automated, secure, and confidential tools to put forward your better than best foot forward and put the sexy back into finding the right match. Yeah. I like that this is here because like this is the dystopian future we're hurtling towards. Fucking ads all over the fucking place. Not getting what you mean to find. Yeah, I think they changed up the UI. Culver, what the? What? Culver firearm scene. Oh wait, no, that's right. It was the model of the gun. Alright. About profiling. So this profiling, it's some kind of investigative technique? The theory is that the crime can tell you something about the nature of the person who committed it. Stabbing, overkill, Points to passion, rage, lust. They probably knew the victim. Same with strangulation, personally. Poisoning guns, meanwhile, suggest they can't overpower their victims physically. And then there's the things you can assume about nearly all serial offenders. Childhood trauma, prior criminal record, fear and no meaningful attachments. There's a lot of recurring themes in their stories. The detectives say HK doesn't leave evidence. So how much can his crimes possibly tell you? I am also curious as to what profile you've built on her, HK. And he's diligent, almost perfect. Highly intelligent, painstakingly organized, and with enough criminal connections to get his hands on an untagged firearm. It's rare to see her this animated outside the courtroom. It's almost like she's enjoying herself. That's kind of cute. A sheltered house cat who's picked up the scent of a mouse for the first time. A lone wolf, educated but all her playfully lethal instincts coming to life. Probably overqualified or undervalued. Though I'm not thrilled about the fact that in metaphor I would be the... Know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. And considering the marksmanship, the detective said that HK would have needed insider information on optics. So does that mean heartbreaks in law enforcement? Never in 10 billion years. Oh. Antisocial, independent, despises authority. They'd be like a stallion applying for a job at a merry-go-round. They'd be kicking kids in the head after the first full rotation. Yeah, that's super how I'd put that. There must be some connection to the police, though. Maybe secondary or tertiary? These types can't help but insert themselves. Insert themselves? I don't know anything even resembling that. Wait, if HK's not a cop, how do they know about the blackout timing? Crime meta statistics analysis. Probably. What? Take the emergency response times from across the city and map them out. Look for brief spikes and delays, chart out the dips, and... Sorry, technical I know. But all the requisite data is publicly available. With a map, a spreadsheet, a calculator. Anyone could reverse engineer the timing if they wanted to. That is kind of an unpleasant thought, Emma. What do you think about Heartbreak and their MO? Well, this is the least heartbreak. Well, at least this heartbreak maniac will slow down now that he's lost his weapon. He didn't lose it. He chose to leave it behind. That tells me he's confident he can do just fine without it. And it just makes me even more certain these aren't his only kills. Were there other shootings with the same MO? No, that's all I found. Other victims that fit the description? No. But I'm not overly focused on the victim's appearance anyway. I mean, these 6 victims all look like each other. They also look a lot like a lot of people. Hold on. I need to see... I'll shut through the bathroom, not on HK. They said HK had a type. What was it? These flats codes. That's no files of season. Ow, where was it? Those profiles? Heartbreak? Oh, right. That's not. London. That's her, right? Nope, it's him. Kasim London. Did I know that? I feel like I knew that. Ah! Profiles, evidence, articles. What do you say? Shit. Whatever. I feel like I remember something like the victim was part of a pattern. They all looked the same. I'm trying to get the pattern because I do remember it was like brown hair, and I'm like, could it be like this? That's true. Oh, they kind of look like me. Yeah, see, there we go. They kind of look like me. Do they? Sure. What, you don't see it? I hadn't thought about it. Point is, no one can kill that cleanly when it's their first time. Getting things that perfect takes practice. So I know that HK must have had a lot more than 6 occasions to practice, Morgan. And that's why I think heartbreak is a misnomer. You got something catchier in mind? I just don't think shooting to the heart has any particular significance. If anything, it's a testament to their accuracy and their cold-blooded efficiency. The best possible use of 6 untagged bullets. 6 kills guaranteed, no matter what kind of life support mods they're packing. Their real signature isn't the bullets or the gun, it's the perfection. That's hard to wrap your head around. I'm saying these 6 murders were just a fluke, a slip-up, a warm-up, a mistake. Exactly, a mistake. They got too clean, too efficient, and now they got the public's attention. It's no wonder they're so pissed. Are you talking about the crime scene? Yeah, probably through the detective's relief, right? Based on what you said, I don't really blame him. Whoever trashed that room doesn't seem like the smooth operator you've been describing. On the contrary. I'm not sure I follow. This was the last bullet, their last shot. The other 5 were perfect. So if anything was out of place this time around, they must have thrown one hell of a temper tantrum. You're making him sound childish. Childish and cowardly and two-faced. Someone who hates to lose almost as much as they'd love to win. Your profile tell you all that? That? No. That part's just takes one to know one. So to summarize, you're looking for a cold-blooded, faceless, perfectionist killer who you think has no persistent MO or victim type. In a city with an 8-digit population? Well, good luck. I don't need luck. I only need more information. Well, I'm sure the city will be happy to provide you with more resources. No, Morgan. I mean I need more crime scenes. Oh. Sad truth is, if Heartbreak walked away today, I'd never catch them. And the way my net narrows is they keep piling up bodies. Not a very fair trade, is it? No, it isn't. But getting screwed over is a given. It's a deal with the devil. Fair enough. Woof. Okay, that rant was pretty morbid and detailed. I need to go out more, or sleep more. Or sleep less, but harder. You think a higher thread count would help? I wouldn't worry about it. I'm always happy to listen to your ramble. A lot more present than having to face you in the courtroom. Sorry, but that's the adversarial process. So no hard feelings, yeah? No hard feelings. We're both doing what we do. You could use a cup of coffee. What about you? Don't tempt me. If you fall asleep face first on the table, I won't even take a picture. Okay. Just don't expect to make a difference next time we're at each other's throats. Heartbreak won't claim any more victims. In 2 weeks, the media will have moved on to the next sensation. And the police will move on to cases they actually stand a chance of closing. That's what people do. But Emma is different. She'll set it aside and work a dozen other cases, never bringing it up. But a private corner of the frustratingly sharp mind of hers will continue to whittle away at it. Never finishing, but never quitting either. So I can't afford to take my eyes off her. As long as that's the case, I may as well try to enjoy the view. Yeah, there it is. Okay. That was only, what, like 12 minutes, maybe? If that. Oop. Hello? Which means you're going to be living with my friend for a while. For how long? Sorry, I don't know. There's no need to look upset over it. My face barely moved. May as well have been a blatant pout from where I'm sitting. Yeah, like that. This friend of yours, they're trustworthy? Absolutely. In fact, I trust them more than anyone. Hey, come on. It'll be fun. Really? Really, really. Educational, too. I think you could stand to learn a lot from someone like Morgan. Ooh. Art and direction by Evil Little Bug. Great job. The art and art direction is just fucking fantastic. I'm gonna be really honest. The art and art direction is the brief little screenshot I saw on whichever fucking social media site I got this from is definitely was 100% like, maybe not 100%, but like most of the reason why I chose to play this game in the first place. So like, really good job, Evil Little Bug. Programming by Patrick MCF. 3D model. There's 3D models? Yeah, there is 3D models. AA renders. Environments. Patrick MCF and AA renders. Written, directed, and developed by Brian Mulholland. Volunteer playtesting by Kristen, Hugh J, Maxi, Zadie Virtuous Varmint, S. Thumbbutt, Thomas Colamander, Wee, Xenons. Special thanks to AGN, Linux, Exumbrant, Killjill VAT, Auto Monkins. Special thanks to Dev Talk, Philly Game Mechanics, friends and family, you the players. Full attributions available at ofthedevil.card.co. Made with Unity and mini novel, Dotween, Pro Builder. It's a lot. A game by Nth Circle, of the Devil, Episode 0, and he shall appear. To be continued in. You're the smartest person I know, Morgan. When it comes to people. Personally, I think it's cruel to bring something that flawed into the world. Leer ass. You're a criminal defense attorney, and we're at a crime scene. I think I can guess what happens next. Oh, hey, it's I've never stolen anything that wasn't already compromised. Red card, and the company will have you set for life. And after, too. Yo, this kind of thing. Can't tell you how many musicians I've been seen screwed over by a big smile and fat sign-in bonus. That's true. That's true. So that's not the lawyer job thing? You dress like a doorman on the weekends, too? Compared to determining faults, determining cause of death is like a breath of fresh air. Are you the Abbey? You feel like the Abbey. The company wheels don't stop spinning for anything. We can hope to keep this quiet for very long. But it's a million times more likely than the alternative. That heartbreak could never stop themselves from killing. Father said you owed him. I don't know anything out of the goodness of my heart. I want to take a job and never half-ass it. Of the Devil, Episode 1. And An Idle Mind. Interesting. Don't think I've heard that one. Hello? Click, click. Oh, there it goes. Ooh. This is that bonus menu I saw when I wasn't filming. 2 articles, 6 profiles, 18 key terms, 17 pieces of evidence. Congratulations, you finished episode 1 with 34 credit. You also unlocked concept art and bonus scenarios based on your high score for episode 0. You also have 34 remaining store credit to spend on phone charms. Case colors based with the highest credit you finished this episode with. Interesting. Ooh. What's all that phone charm stuff? Where do I get that? I love customization like that. Oh, there's actually English. Sorry, in my other. Oh shit. All right. Damn. New case, continue settings, bonuses, social script, bonuses. That's where it just was though, wasn't it? London interview, Reyes interview, Carlos, Morgan. Previous menu. Interesting. Concept gallery. I would remember that I scrolled all the way to the end. Kasim London. Doesn't look like a guy that would be named Kasim. But hey, what do I know? Farah Reyes. Yeah, I think the finished product was definitely the best. Not that the others were bad. I just really like the finished product. Look at this. The team. Detectives. Oh, hey. Carlos. Emma. So I do like the little side bun. It's very fun. I do think that the messy hair that they went with is good too. Yeah. The final. I think. Hard to say. Ooh. Oh, these are the CGs. The title scene, the detective, Slatin Morgan, Reyes defeat. Morgans and Emmas. Pre and post credits. Oh, the heart fake killer. That's right. That's cute. I like that they give him different poses. Like a cool coat to go with it. Android, quote unquote. Is it inverse of Morgan's colors? Interesting. Is she the angel to Morgan's devil then? I want to start. Let me do one of these interviews first, actually, if you don't mind. Quick save. Phone. Oh, hey. Maybe if I do this. Evidence articles, profiles, save game. Customize phone. Yeah. Morgan time charm. Fran charm. Fidget tubby charm. Charm less. Black phone case. Rose gold phone case. Magenta phone case. Teal, yellow, white. Let's go. So, are these backgrounds? Ooh. What thing? Oh. Undercut. Oh. Oh, wait. We're declaring episode 1 on high roller. Ah, I spent it. Oh. That's cute. It's Morgan time. I just realized that's what that said. I just wanted to try it out, but hey, whatever. Do a red phone case. Yeah. Can I click it? Does it like swing if I click it? That's cool. I can see it through the thing. That's funny. All right. Let's do an interview. We'll do an interview and then we'll head over to episode 1. My network files, capture videos, interview London's 1 vid. Begin playback. You want to interview me? It's very flattering, but aren't there more lively folks around here for you to question? I had considered that. So I'm not your first choice. You are the first one who hasn't walked away. Come to think of it, I probably should. So what are your three sizes? Have you been opening with that? Should I not? You have any pets? Afraid not. Would need 1 or 2 or 3 promotions to afford that kind of thing. Are pets that expensive? Only if you care about them. That's true. There's a lot of people who don't really want to shell out the stuff and really tip the happens. Maybe if I found a place closer to the park. Have you ever owned any automated dependents? Not had the chance. Would you own one if you could? Maybe one of the little vacuum ones. Anything more complicated than that is... If you find the owner's manuals intimidating, there are video-based tutorials I could show you. I'm not worried about these. Don't you worry. When I say complicated, I mean, It's like what I said about pets. Found to leave a goldfish in a tiny bowl. Not really. It really isn't. Time it takes to swim half a lap, it'll have forgotten what the first half looks like. Not a very tall hierarchy of needs there. Easy to please. But a cat? A dog? I don't want to be at work thinking about how bored they are sitting at home. And today's ads are a lot smarter than dogs. About most things. It's a very thoughtful perspective, Detective London. Moot point anyway. I need to get hit by a city bus to afford any of the new stuff Noble's selling. Oh, is that it? Oh. No. You think of the sheltered generation. Sheltered as in sheltered upbringing? Or shelter in place. There's a lot of uncertainty during their childhood. So when they grew up, they wanted surety, safety, stability. Want to know what that their heat would stay on in the winter. And their politics reflected that. But it was all before my time. My generation's a little more, well, Generation Zen. That's what they called us in their think pieces. Even-tempered, mentally strong, and more than a little cynical. You disagree? Well, in a matter of mindfulness, we just, we grew up without false expectations. Our vision wasn't clouded with illusions about impossibilities like home ownership. Oh, God. Or retirement. We realized early on that we'd be working right up until we... Detective? Unrealistic expectations. Some people call that hope. To see your friends, classmates, drowning every day in that kind of mind, and having to listen to people 3 times your age go on about how enlightened today's youth are. Gen Z. Not a name I'm particularly fond of. This is a fun way to do those little you see them sometimes in fics where it's just like a character like expanding on something important to them. It's really fun. I like it. It's good. So how long have you been in law enforcement? Too long. And how long have you been with the homicide department? Not that long, by comparison. Sorry, don't mean to be overly vague. If you really want to know, I spent the bulk of my career over in Austin. Was it different from homicide? Last year, I'd say. Everyone jokes that homicides solve themselves in a city with this many cameras. Meanwhile, fraud and disinfo are so entrenched in the tech arms race they barely come up for air. But Austin really hasn't changed that much in the modern era. Fire's still very good at destroying evidence. Can't expect the drone net to sweep into burnt rubble and bring back out the culprit's fingerprints and driver's license. A lot of legwork. A lot of interview. Since more than half the culprits were burners help. Sorry, hold on. And since more than half the culprits we caught were burners helping Megs commit insurance fraud, we spent a lot of time making friends and enemies in high-rise corporate backrooms. Megs? Just slang for mega corporations, which is also just slang. And at what size does a corporation become mega? Not really about gross revenue or how many countries you operate in. You're big enough to crush people. You're a meg. An apex predator among apex predators. Like the Otitus megalodon of the Miocene epoch. Hey, that's... Wait, is that where it comes from? So why are you working for the homicide department? What was that? Why'd you leave arson? Smoke. Smoke? It just got to a point where I couldn't stand the smell. That seems loaded. London. It's playback complete. Damn it. Alright. Real quick, it's a really fast one. I just want to do the Reyes interview. I just eat this kind of character shit up. My network files capture video interviews flash far Reyes. Begin playback. Okay, you can start now that my desktop's censored. So for the record, your full name is Farah Reyes. And how is that pronounced? Like how I just said it? Farah Reyes. Thank you. Your birthday is October 19th. And how do you take your coffee? She makes you fetch the coffee? Figures. Wait, let me guess. Councilor Morgan takes her coffee black. No decaf, like a real psychopath. Decaf, yeah. Sometimes with milk. Nice. That's even worse. And you, detective? 2 sugars and a bottle of water. Now that I've got this. You mean your eye? When did you have him audited? After I learned I was getting promoted to detective. And before I realized I was getting promoted to homicide. Do you regret it? No. Would have wanted it for work eventually. If it makes me a while longer to pay off than expected, well, I'm hardly the only person my age walking around with their debit socketed onto them. I see. What are your likes? My likes? Pretty broad ask, don't you think? In that case, perhaps you'd find it easier to describe your dislikes? Small plates. Oh. Ain't that dinner by the 1,000 cuts shit. I see. And they dislike cheap people, and liars, and lawyers. Lawyers? The smug, prideful. They bill by the minute, greed personified. Like their time is so goddamn important. And they're annoying, and pale, smug. Should I put down smug twice? So what do you like, detective? You have any hobbies? Areas of interest? Well, automotive history, maybe. Oh, could you say more about that? I guess I could talk about it a little bit. The following section has been altered from its original format. It has been edited for time. Acro is supposed to be a luxury version of the pickup truck, and there's a market for that. It's so stupid, I love it, and it's the chrome, a purplish bluish chromish color. The color is so intense that just mixing the paint was illegal for naturally aspirated. Can you imagine? I see. Do you own a car yourself? You're joking, right? I'd rather eat asshole than buy an EV with hard-earned money. The following section has also been altered. It has been edited for time. Strong language. Oreo, there's a computer chip that's not engineering. That's basically that's barely even programming it. Its accelerations would matter any race longer than 2 seconds. Simulated engine noise. I'm just in there right mind. I believe that fills out your dislike section, so what's your favorite drink? Dark and stormy is pretty good. How do you make that? Ginger beer, rum, and a lot of lime juice. You putting together a recipe book or something? Who's your hero? Well, that one's easy. Detective Kasim London, of course. Oh. Should I relay your sentiments to him? I'm sure he'd love to hear them. Somehow I doubt you'd get the tone right. Very well. In that case, what are your 3 sizes? My what? The measurements for your bust, waist, and... I'm not telling you that! Where the hell are you getting these questions from? I designed my interview process to extract all the same kinds of facts that are most commonly listed online. On what websites? Open source collaborative community funded databases? You mean like a wiki? Would you prefer to skip this question? Tell you what. If you can find a single person who does answer that question, I'll give you mine down to the millimeter. Parodies and video. That was fun. Interesting. Carlos has his own interview. That's fun. Maybe later. We have a story to get back to. And I'm starting it so I don't fucking chicken out at the last minute. I had a certain voice in mind for Farah, but I can't do it correctly. You can choose to play episode 1 in high roller mode. In high roller mode, you're limited to 1 save slot. Shit. And you won't be able to reload your saves while inside the courtroom. Fuck. Quick saving and auto saves will be disabled as well. The minimum ante for hands will be increased, and minimum maximum penalties for answering incorrectly during a trial gameplay will be increased. But the maximum ante will be increased as well, allowing you to earn the highest possible high score for credit this episode. Completing this episode in high roller mode will also be unlocked as an exclusive phone trial that can be earned any other day. You can turn High Roller off at any time in settings, but in order to turn it back on, you would have to restart the episode. Court case 293405-1, 11:45 a.m. High Roller mode is intended to encourage risk-taking and discourage save scumming. Consider enabling it. Okay, listen. I may have saved a lot last time. I never once save scummed. Well, I did a little bit of save scumming, playfully, but never like far back. Anyway, consider enabling it if you want to pursue this mystery like a true gambler. Oop, shit. Oh, standard. High Roller. Oh, it's the same card, but in like negative. Save and load as often as you like for the perfectionist. Limited to one save slot. Loading prior saves is disabled during trials. Playing like a real gambler. I think for funsies I'm gonna put that on. Welcome to the High Roller tables. Enjoy the thrill. Disable tutorials, you can turn them back on in settings. We'll keep the tutorials just in case there's anything that I missed from the last one. But if it does get any repetitive, then maybe I'll just speed through that. I'm still looking for that piece that I dropped. It was somewhere around here. The really shitty thing is I'm pretty sure I heard it bounce. Anyway, listen, I wanted to thank you for coming over. Wanted to thank you for coming over? Figures you notice. Anyone could tell something's bothering you. You're the first person to say anything. What happened? Police came to see me. In public? No. They wanted to be considerate of my privacy. That's a first. They wanted to talk to me about the other week. About my whereabouts. And yours. Told them I didn't know anything. Must have loved that. Funny. What would you have done? In your shoes? Probably cursed him out. Yeah. I could see that. Is there anything you want to ask me? No. Not even if for a favor in return? No favors lost between friends, I say. Sounds like a toast. Why not? To friends. Raise a glass to that. And one of them is dead. Probably the gray one. Terrified of vacuuming my floors now. Ooh, what the fuck? Blast him! Vandalism detected. Incident logged. Recorded at 8:55 a.m. local time. Geopositional data encoded. If I could have all citizens in the area. Piss off, copper! Visuals impaired. Facial recognition compromised. Pinging nearby optans for corroborating evidence. Hey, he's lighting up every phone on the block. We need to go now, or what? Will you use his outdoor voice? We'll have us pinned down to our dental records before you can say we're. Morning, Officer Leo. You look different today. Leo. L3O. You do something new with your uniform? Good morning to you too, Morgan citizen. To answer your question, no, I have not undergone any recent retrofitting. If you'd like a more detailed record of my maintenance history, you can make a request for... I've got it. Must be the new coat of paint. You are referring to the act of vandalism that just took place. Only the most recent one. Super Cop over here has a new dent every time I see him. Scars honorably earned in the line of duty, scanning the street for jaywalkers and loiterers. Don't worry, ma'am. Oh, yeah. A report has been filed in place, and the police are working to resolve the situation. Civil disobedience at this time of day? What's the world coming to? They're just stragglers, ma'am. There was a period of unrest in the area last night. Unlicensed protesting and demonstrating without a permit. Well, I hope you threw the book at him. The disturbance was handled, but individual instances of volatility may occur during the next 48 hours as we work to apprehend outside actors. Thanks for the forecast. What's the... Oh. Criminal defense attorney likes trigonometry and rooftops and bonfires. Sunburns bath. Really? How could you hate baths? Come on. This likes sunburns, baths, and karaoke. Exercise by swimming. Hidden talent baking. Body count, you cannot ask someone that. You're just saying that because it's in two ways. Thanks for the forecast. So does the bleeding stop on its own? Androids don't have blood, ma'am. This is just a leakage of oxidizing fluid. My mistake. So I don't need a bandage, I take it? The leakage will dry shortly. With that conversation thoroughly exhausted, I let my mind wander as I wait for the signal to cross. And focus my eyes and dull my hearing, sinking beneath the hum of the city street. And fading through the lives bustling around me like so much sea foam. Across the way, a large man with worn-out hands and an ill-fitting belt turns to a gorilla-like hulk of a machine and puffs his hands in front of his mouth. Yo, 61! The machine halts the listing with uncanny precision and turns to him. Going on break. The robot tilts its head to the side. Can't work the pilot without showing wind up in the roof, so... I don't know, take a load off, will you? Understood. Came an over-enunciated... Understood, came the over-enunciated reply. A man already walking away tosses a dismissive wave behind him. Yeah, understood. A moment after the man turns the corner, the robot attempts to mimic the hand wave to no one in particular. Oh, I love it when they do that. Goddamn coppers on every street corner. That can't mean police. Directorate for automated dependents. Yep. Particularly ones licensed by or operating under the authority of the state. A derogatory term for an automated copper ads. Interested parties in the automated dependent industries have, on more than one occasion, lobbied for copper and other terms like it, clanker, chrome dome, microchip breath, to be classified as hate speech, arguing that anti-mechanical sentimental constitutes as an expression of prejudice. Were considered a form of hate speech, incidents of destruction, such as corporate... I knew it. Incident of destruction of corporate property where such terms were used in prior communications would qualify for additional severity and higher fines paid towards the damaged party. Under all but the most radical interpretations of hate speech law, however, prejudice can only be directed towards sentient, living things, people, animals, or corporations. Pause for laughter, and if you feel like that a corporation you know has been the victim of a hate crime, you can report it here at a confidential portal. Right there. Yeah. Robots. But I have coppers in every street corner. At a bus stop, or what used to be a bus stop, now a charging station, a passionate young man voices his democratic opinion loud enough for the whole street to hear. They declare martial law when anyone looking. A small woman beside him is trying hard to appear even smaller, shifts in her seat. These two then, I guess. Well, they're just doing their job. So... Bots don't have jobs, except the ones they stole from us. Oh, like you're gonna do this job, fuckhead? Notice I don't patrol nearly so heavy in Uptown, even on the worst days? His audience, captive by virtue of sharing the same charging pole as him, shuffles, coughs, and stares even harder at their phones. The woman looks at her knees and pulls at her shirt. You're kind of embarrassing me right now. He makes a vague gesture with his hand to indicate that he stepped off his soapbox, and the shoulders of everyone around him relax a centimeter. Oh, now that's just... A woman with exhaustion in her eyes sighs at a hologram floating above her chrome-bladed palm. Yeah, it's a mod. AKA mods is a term that refers to cybernetic prosthetics, artificial implants, neural implants, or any combination of the above. Body modifications have been seen throughout history and across a wide range of cultures. We already got this, I think. Strictly mods have been classified based on which section. Yeah, I was like, that's cool. Above the neck. Can you return mods? Can you undo mod surgery? Yep. While a rounded, smooth-looking android pushes the carriage behind her. Ellen, walk around the block and get her some air, would ya? Apparently this call can wait, and it's louder than a garbage disposal out here. Of course, ma'am. I'd be glad to. The android punctuates its sentence with a sound halfway between a whir and purr, which, judging by the coos and giggles coming from the child, seemed to have been well received. Robots, holograms, androids, drones. Poppers, if you prefer. Can't so much sneeze in the city without a dozen different ads offering you a handkerchief. Yeah, we got that one too. I'm just taking it off. Yeah. They are not artificial intelligences. They're only semi-smart. There's a vocal minority that think they're the downfall of civilization, but for everyone else, you're too kind, ma'am. Thank you for your concern. It's hard to hate them when they're so eager to please. And easy on the eyes. Crosswalks give me the okay. Keep us safe, yeah? Have a good day, Morgan citizen. The bright, crisp morning in the city. Life's changing and people moving in quick clacking harmony, all smooth as clockwork. Were in a worse mood, it would be all a bit much. But I went out last night. Aha! Pretty almost developed a triangle there. So I'm feeling pretty refreshed this morning. As I reach the other end of the street, I pivot lightly and give the automated dependent assistant officer L30 my best impression of a salute. Thank you for your service! And of course he creaks out a mirrored response. Since the sarcasm, poor bastards. But didn't come all the way downtown to poke fun at the only happily employed class in human history. No, I came here to make an important purchase. Today I'm going to buy a gun. Of the Devil, Episode 1. An Idle Mind. So I will say, I did heap praise in the art direction. Like, the story is really good too, and the world building and all that shit. Good. Awesome. Would change nothing. No staff around, but all the lights are on. Should I have knocked? What's up? Desk personality setting 6. The cool one. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Probably forgotten more about firearms than you're programmed to remember. I bet you can. Let me just digest that one again. Hold on. I've probably forgotten more about firearms than you're programmed to remember. Oh, okay. So Morgan knows a lot. I recently acquired a license to carry concealed. Nice. You in law enforcement? Shoot for sport? Business or pleasure? Neither. May I ask why you're looking to carry concealed, ma'am? Oh, you know. Assault with a deadly weapon, cruel intent. That kind of thing. Some of my clients live in very rough neighborhoods. Even in broad daylight, coming down to the lower wards for house visits can be... Oh, I see. You're a lawyer. So I guess you could say I'm in the market for self-defense. I have a wide selection of options for self-defense at a variety of sizes and calibers, with spread and PA fire options available. My bad. PA stands for pseudo-automatic. I know. But for concealed, it'd have to be at least small enough to go on a lot faster if I just tell the desk what I want. Why don't I be? I'm gonna make the decision for Morgan. One big one. I rolled it. I wish I could just kind of flap that around. Be patient. We'll make it some information. But walking in here and asking for a very specific gun is model is gun nut behavior. I'm not trying to stand out. Some of the ones I test fired at the range left my shoulder sore for days. You have anything more discreet? Right, no problem. Electromagnetic pulse models feature minimal kickback with the highest accuracy. One targeted pulse of electricity can disable attackers at medium and short range, non-lethally and quietly. Sure, they're plenty quiet. But they also have piss-poor range. Even sustained fire won't do shit to any model with insulation less than a few years old. Over 5 tasers. Barely suitable as party favors for anxiety-stricken college kids. Well, hopefully not too quiet. I don't want someone coming to my rescue. Of course. Would you like to take a look at our mag rails? Bullseye. Interesting. We're proud to offer a number of models that utilize the latest miniaturized ultra-capacity batteries to generate a Lorentz force with slings that fly fast enough to mist a limb over 30 meters. Jesus Christ, really? Slang for shoot, destroy, kill, especially against living things. Slang term meaning to shoot or to kill that originates from the bloody spray produced from a modern firearm projectile that makes no contact with living tissue. A gun that size can mist a crowd from over 100 meters, even if you weren't aiming. Slings a slug fast enough to mist a limb at over 30 meters. And it's safe? Of course, ma'am, my bad. Two-factor safety, the GPS and emergency services sync. Won't go off unless you want it to. And somebody will definitely come running. All those convenient safety features make it incredibly easy for the police, or anyone who could dupe their tool set, block you out of your own gun with the flip of the switch. Couldn't walk a piece like that down a single uptown street without passing through 9 or 10 no-fire zones. They're the very worst, most useless kind of weapon a criminal could buy. Sounds perfect. How did we get started? I feel like every desk I run into has to be such a character. Mercifully, it sucked itself away in the fabrications, while the fabricators get the gun tagged. Got time to kill, so is there anything worth checking out around the shop? Auto advance, no thank you. These guys... Alright, let's look over here first. Yeesh, kill you to clean up a little? Guess the desk kindly asking customers not to litter can only get you so far when you're not willing to pay so to sweep up. Wait, is this trash? This flyer, it's scannable? Stagnancy theory. Really? Got a lot of self-proclaimed philosophers in here? A stagnant world, modern man's plateau. Renowned net philosopher. Hold for laughter. Corbin Cawthorne, real name withheld, offers to take you on a deep dive into the global trends and sociological patterns that have driven our planets into the... I was doing the scrolling mouse, man. What's going on? You okay, man? I'm gonna do the arrow scrolls because I feel like mouse is like freaking out a little bit. Sociological patterns that have driven our planet to the halting point in this groundbreaking controversial seminar. Moore's Law used to be the benchmark. Now it feels like a pipe dream. We used to dream of humanity marching bravely into space. Artisans crafting virtual wonders that made confines of our own reality seem limited. Instead, our brightest minds spend all their time and effort kicking the can of climate crisis down the road, while their more fortunate peers spend their most productive working years in search of engine optimization and customer experience design. The middle class, I don't know where the third came from, the middle class eaten alive by the rich they prop up can no longer afford the very products they help create. Without mass consumer demand, tech no longer has evolutionary pressures to be as small and powerful as possible. In stagnant waters, only parasites and diseases grow aplenty. The only cure comes from you taking action. There's another link at the bottom, where I'll lean to a collector dish. All my points. I used out 32. There's another link at the bottom, probably leading to a collector dish. Or a state honeypot if you want to be paranoid. You better burn this shit before some neat freak idiot picks it up and gets arrested. Oop. Is that another one? Someone with a datapad here. What's in the news today? Lobo threatens Tetra with ransomware vulgarity. The internationally wanted terrorist and serial data thief, most commonly known as Lobo, has seized a cache of vital Keystone data files belonging to the Tetra Metallics Group, according to a press release from the mining conglomerate. In the biz of crossposts on 90 different socials, translated into all 11 dominant languages, the supposed activist, radical conservationist, and gentleman thief made clear their intent to ransom said files back to their lawful owners at severe cost. Though the posts were quickly flagged and quarantined thanks to user reports, Lobo's latest manifesto, which we have declined to publish here on grounds of journalistic integrity and due to the strong language contained within, has remained in circulation thanks to the loose network of rogue data harbors. In addition to a sizable monetary ransom, Lobo put out a list of demands that spanned pages. Most prominent among them was a call. I should have done that. A call for de-escalation of all conflicts surrounding rare earth metal deposits around the equator. Interesting. Sources at Tetra refused to confirm or deny reports that Lobo's captured data impacted only their billing services, but insisted that the corporation could not in good faith resume distribution until the ransom situation was resolved. Market prices for rare earth metals surged following the hacking attack as supply halted and demand rose, stoked by memories of catastrophic supply chain disruption in the mid-21st century. A spokesperson for Mining is Progress, a lobbying group that represents the rare earth metal industry, called Lobo's repeated attacks acts of terror against the free market. Whoa there, looks like you're not logged in. Want to take care of that real quick? Alright. I'm going to get good boy points for reading this properly, so let me give this under the scan. Right. Back to the lawful owners. Lobo's captured data impacted all of their billing services. Distribution. Lobo again, or someone using their name. I suppose it doesn't matter if they're regional or not, as long as they're a genuine threat. And no one can snare a corporation as rich as Tetra without serious skills. It does seem consistent with Lobo politics, making demands for... We tried to process your request, but Lobo beat our ass till we ragdolled. The big bad wolf was here. You are welcome. For clearing out this cache of soy slop before it could clog your brain's arteries any further. To whatever dumbass dishwater script kitty that yelled to come fix this, a word of advice from your superior. I own that password suggestion algorithm. Want to be secure? Try this. Relax your shoulders, stand up from your desk, take a deep breath, and then firebomb your own servers. Literally cheaper for you at this point. For the rest of you slack-jawed screen lobotomites looking for a little excitement in their search history, find a pig, rip their throat out. That'll teach you how to run with the wolf. Lobo's the king. Alright. That was the wrong one. That's a good question. He did make a demand for both, but which one is the most prominent? This does seem consistent with Lobo's politics. No terms. Profiles. What? I guess it was terms. Yeah, Lobo. I think it was ransom money. De-escalation doesn't sound like it would be accurate to this guy. Phone. I am technically in high roller mode, but I'm not in the courtroom, so I can save and quit whenever I want. Money, money, money. Lobo's always running it, I guess? Hacking takes effort and God-given talent. You don't need much in the way of hardware to get started. So I guess it's probably not about the money after. Ah, fuck. I want my good boy points. It's letting me, so I can do it. It's fine. De-escalation. Not the first time Lobos voiced their displeasure with the decades-old simmer of conflict around the tropics. Unless the rare earth metals powering all their batteries and fueling all their pretty little androids is only made a lot less rare overnight. I doubt the state will stop taking an interest in those regions' politics anytime soon. I hate these kinds of screens. Gotta look at them with their nose turned up or else they start eye tracking. Next thing you know, you're saying hello on a first name basis. But I got practice with this sort of thing. Let's give the headlines at least. Why the 6/12 work weeks gives us more free time than ever. Sorry, 12/6. I'm 14 and I've tried dating a smart UI. It made me the happiest I've ever been. That term limits our anti-democracy. Woof. Transfusion from warm androids saves soldiers' life. One hell of a headline. If the Animate 16s wasn't selling well before, sure not by now is. Did I get that for doing that right, or was that one of the other ones that I got? Over here? Yeah, this one was one, so. Screen lobotoids. We also got this one before, too. We think that it's the greatest machine ever. What? The Animate 16 is the latest android produced by Noble Electronics, and we think it's the greatest machine the world ever seen. Boasting a battery life of over 54 hours, with patented soft touch digitization, remarkable tenderness and sensitivity, and the uncanny charm we've come to expect from us, we've sure that the Animate 16 is the best purchase. Never wanted to get back into the cold. Pretty sure I already read that before. Some kind of news program playing on the screen. Most public places are too scared to put it on any channel, with a comment more political than the smiling micro apartment flippers. This is a gun store after all. Power is always political. Wait, how long has it been? It shouldn't take them that long to get my gun properly bugged. I'm sorry, we've received a breaking news story. We're seeking confirmation and yes, we have it confirmed. Lead programmer at Noble Electronics and famed designer of the Turing solution, Dr. David Usher, has passed. What? Property Vantage automated dependent management system, along with the Animate series of androids. Proprietary, sorry. It'd be some kind of corporate propaganda tactic, or... No. They wouldn't risk... fake news? But why? Perhaps best known for his breakthroughs in the field of machine learning and language. Misinformation, maybe. Trying to... Authored many of the developments that allowed for Noble's rapid growth and market dominance. David Asher is dead, including the popular Desk series of smart UIs. That's very sad. I didn't ask. Sorry, I just... Commands only. Understood. We'll be paying with cash or credit. Debit. Cash or credit, debit. This is very interesting there. 9:41 a.m., July 1st, 2086. The gun was light, lighter than I expected. A real gun should always be heavy, greater than the sum of its parts. That's one of the things I like about them. Their weight. Like they're anchoring the world around them. Like they're a fixed point in time. Like everything else just relative to them is just relative to them, either closer or further to the end. Would I like something heavier during that walk back to my apartment? Would I like to have something to feel far away from? Morgan's apartment. Not bad. Is it just the one room? Didn't realize I was home until my hand was on the door. What is this? What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm looking in my pocket for my lighter. Golden, polished, tastefully ergonomic and fine, and expensive. And a good lighter. This is a good gift. Kept a card, didn't I? Here it is. You're the only smoker in my life. I know gold's a bit much for your personal style. They don't make a lot of these anymore. Believe it or not, the only other people who share your vice are stuffy old men with expensive tastes. Hope you can manage to get some use out of it anyway. Your friend, David. The news might have more information by now. Or not. Looks like the net's full of copy-pasted statements from Noble. Auto-edited montages, ill-fitting quotes. Reactions to the news from every micro-celebrity under the sun. They're raw, authentic emotion brought to you live from the car seats and bathroom mirrors of the world. But there's nothing about his death. Not even a time window. Did he die this morning? Was he found dead in his bed? Has he been dead for days while Noble's just been waiting for the right time to let it leak? Or did he die last night while I was out screwing around? Phone call. Better not be work related. Just gonna. Oh. Oh, negative. Programming. Street food, crowds, fishing. Rainfreeze driving, lint. Designed by Fiamma. Shampoo is expensive. Sense of humor is unique. David Asher biography. David Asher was a renowned computer scientist, user experience designer, industry leader, philanthropist, and lead programmer at Noble Electronics. He first received worldwide recognition for his postgraduate thesis on intelligent programmatic linguistic weighting, a body of work which would come to be known as the Turing solution. Though he retained the original patent for the Turing solution for the rest of his life, he was famously unlitigious. Sorry, by the way. By most experts' estimates, the Turing solution exists in some form of 92% of active automated opponents' source codes. David Asher's philanthropic efforts and invaluable skills place him at the front and center of Noble Electronics' public image. Many considered him to be unofficial face of the company, and his private life graced the tabloids and gossip sections of the net on many occasions. David Asher passed away June 31st, 2086. Citation needed. The entry has received an unusually large number of suggested edits in the last 44 minutes. Dissemination of disinformation is a Class 3 misdemeanor. Spreading conspiracy theories about public figures is a violation of our terms of service. I'm not in the right mood. Oh, Morgan. Hey, thanks for waking up so fast. It's Jessica Starling. Who asked me to call her? Hi, Jess. Listen, I need to... I've already seen the news. What? Oh. Of course you have. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I just... With the company and their people and all the... What I mean is, if it were up to me, you would have been the first call I made. For a decision like that to be up to David's assistant and 1,000 other Noble employees above her on the ladder would have to get axed, but... It's alright, Jess. No one ever really knows what to do with these kinds of things. Still, I'm sorry you had to hear it from Stream Kyron. What difference does it make how the information gets to me? Could have stumbled upon his course myself and it would feel mostly the same. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to call anyway. Yeah. Well, more information. She's the best source I'm going to get. Maybe for weeks. What to ask at a time like this? I'm supposed to express denial first, but she's probably short on time. I don't feel like following the playbook to the letter right now. Can you tell me what happened? The police think that he took something. Suicide? And the police are already involved? They said it was some kind of poison or... God. Someone's got a lot of weight to blush in the state with, especially in this city. I think they'd keep the police at arm's length for at least a few days. Listen, Morgan, I need to ask something of you. Of course, Jess. Whatever you need. Whatever you need? A bit much. She is grieving. Just how people talk. It's not like my day was really salvageable anyway. I'd like to bring you up here to David's place. Well, what do you mean? There's something I have to give you. You're not handling this well already, are you? If the police are involved, it'll be a while before... No. I'm sorry, it's not that. No, please don't hold back on my account. David asked me to get this into your hands. It wasn't work-related, but he asked me. I know I'm asking a lot here, but since it's turned out to be the last thing he ever asked me to do, I'd like to get it done. I don't like showing up at crime scenes more often, or more quickly than strictly necessary. And that's why I don't have to worry about the police. Noble looming over all this, security be doubled and scrutiny tripled. It's too risky. There's no logical reason to agree to her request. I swing by my place with Cab, yeah? Besides my own morbid curiosity. Right, of course. Thanks, Morgan. Thank you. Wait, I almost forgot. Oh, what is it? You don't happen to have anything you could wear in black, do you? My normal outfit's entirely in black, usually. Wearing the inner shirt. Hello? If you're taking this long to... Hey, okay. Do I have... Yeah, her. Jessica Starling. Oh, positive. Interesting. Executive assistant of Noble Electronics, likes dancing, buying shoes, selling shoes. Likes hangovers, soft mattresses, machismo. Her earnest smile. Hopping at the lower wards. The best at reading the stock market. Interesting. You seem like you're good at what you do. In transit. I think 2 hours later. Ooh. These must be the 3D models they were talking about. The autocab hums a synthesized purr as our on-ramp merges into a canopy superhighway. Steadily and suddenly all at once. Not much super about it, but it does cast one hell of a shadow. Canopies always felt very arts and crafts to me. Cobbled together. Always added on to. Never finished. Never planned. It's clearly taken a lot of time and effort to make. But the end result's still ugly. It feels like it could fall apart at any moment. You okay, Morgan? You look a little carsick. I'm fine. Thanks for asking. What if I ignore her texts now? She'll just send more later. Hey, Freckles. Saw your friend Asher on the news. Rip. Thank you. For trying to be sincere. We're the shot. We all have our strengths. God damn, you're one passive-aggressive little girl. Where's all your filial piety go out the window whenever you talk to me? Piety. Mother? Filial piety doesn't work on you. You love yourself too much to appreciate respect. True, with the train. See, Freckles, you can be very insightful. When you aren't too busy side-eyeing the whole world. I wonder where I picked that up from. Not for me. I'm pretty sure you were born muttering insults under your breath. The nurses tried to make you cry and you responded by giving them self-esteem issues. Did you ever have dealings with Noble? 10 out of 10 shift in the combo. Subtle as a car crash. Subtlety won't work on you either. Well, it might. If you were good at it. This is me asking you for advice. Okay. I guess this never sunk in. You spent most of your apprenticeship asleep. But my clients were all celebs. Rich and famous. I didn't have that many dealings with the Megs that owned their likenesses. Is it really that different? Plenty. Celebs don't like people seeing their dirty side. So they pay smart people like me to clean up their messes. The Megs don't like people seeing them at all, period. And also, when it comes, Megs are a lot more lively when it comes to being gross. Hard workers with a lot of stress to vent. Pop. Do you have any actual help to offer? Truth be told, I did have this one run-in where I got deep in corporate intrigue. Why? Because I got caught up the Vanity Life 45 poster girl. God damn it. Hard worker. A lot of stress in there. But I can always reach out to you in my time of need. I'm gonna let that slide because I know you're in mourning. Look. Corporate types are all a bunch of paranoid drug addicts. Puffing glue and playing roulette on their phones. While fantasizing about stabbing everyone else in their meeting to death. So I don't expect them to play nice just because Asher was your pal. My actual advice is... get whatever you're owed. Then get out of there as fast as fuck. Oi! That's a beautiful thought, Auntie. Okay. Aunt. I mean it. Corporations prefer Viking funerals. What's a Viking funeral? A dignified ceremony where the body is sent out to sea on a boat. And then they set everything on fire and sink the ashes at the bottom of the ocean. Trying to linger, Freckles. You don't want to be stuck on board when they start knocking their arrows. Thanks. Tell me what the hell was that about? What the hell was that about me sleeping on the job? I worked harder in one day than any of you Gen Alpha drunks ever did all week. Should have worked smarter, lol. And if you want to go there, you did literally fall asleep on the job. Oh my god. At the X-Mex party. Sweet dreams. 7 at least. What is that? What is that? Why do you have that? It's not even accurate. Work parties still work, Freckles. I only had my eyes closed. Because you old farts had your camera's flashes on. Morgan, something wrong? You're sweating. Just deleting the spam. Masters. Victoria Masters. Depends on the time of day. Blood type AB. Lawyer to the rich and famous. Semi-retired. Handsome men, pretty women, expensive liquor. The finer things. Clingy people, prudish people, flying commercial. Jewelry is 24 karat. Age is difficult to verify. Smokes cigars. Death 13 cigarettes and other adult stuff. Death 13. Lally ho. Just deleting some spam. A couple more minutes of crawling through the canopy's guts before we can reach David's part of the city. Uptown. Our better half. Gleaming opera houses and towering corporate apartments. Boutique shops with more cameras than customers. Penthouses stacked upon penthouses in a frantic climb to the top of the rat pile. All ringed in by the restaurants with long wait times and small serving sizes. The joke is that uptown folks go most of the year without touching street level. Much of a punchline there, it's basically true. Right now, this whole block must be swarmed with cops, themselves surrounded by media and all encircled on by onlookers. I could try and enjoy these last few moments of calm, but if the storm's coming either way, I'd rather use this time to try and find my footing. Actually, Jess, if you got a second, I was curious about... And I get access to all these, but I'm going to save just in case. Now that we're out of Area 0, so to speak, we have, I don't know the rules. I don't know if I'm limited here. You and David. Remy, how many years did you and David work together? Oh. Well, I started with the company about 4 years ago. They offered me a temp contract when I was graduating. Stock's down today. No surprise, though. Better known as Noble Electronics Assembly. Noble, fastest growing independent. Noble's been most of the... Fuck, I'd pull out my stocks if, like, the face and main brain guy died, too. You know it's all downhill from there. Most of the 21st century chasing consumer tech trends like wearable smart UI interfaces, only pivoting to Android during the 2070s. Stick its economic appeal and corporations struggle to break through to higher tiers of corporate power until David Asher revolutionized the products of this Turing solution. Technological breakthrough that follows. In the years since, Noble secured approximately a third of the automated independent industry to global market share with their calibrated interfaces. Offer middle-class luxury androids. Oh, you know what? Was that Copbot I saw in like the first 10 minutes of this? Like, was that one of the animate series? Interesting. I didn't think about that until just now. I bet you can have been proud of my space. Noble's recent foray into biomechanical. This one doesn't have any extra little bullshit. It just the sketches on the priorities lag behind previous years' numbers, but the Animate 16 is projected to reap record profits over the next 8 quarters. I was put in HR right in the middle of a hiring burst, so I spent 2 months in the Warrens. Then an aptitude test got me fast-tracked to mid-low management. Sorry, Warrens? Oh, that's just what we called the company doors back then, on account of all the... well, all the people. Ah. Plus it was underground. Didn't see the sun the first month. My skin got so dry. Is that normal in your industry? Normal for everyone I ever worked with. Except David, of course. I mean, he was the best. Yeah. One Tuesday morning, Dr. David Asher walked right up to my desk like he won the lotto, like I had won the lotto. Said I should come work for him. Dr. David Asher directly. On a random Tuesday morning, like it was nothing. He didn't like to do things on Mondays. Some people were always too tired to get anything done anyway. Yeah, that's right. He did say that. I should know by now, right? 3 years of arranging meetings and keeping him organized and occasionally straightening his tie. He was a good boss. He was a good guy. Yeah. When did you last speak with him? In person? Thursday afternoon. The day before yesterday. He seemed normal. I mean, I still don't really know anything, Jess. You're right. Thanks. Thursday's the last time I saw him. That was when he asked me to meet with you. I'm guessing you've already been to his place? Yeah, real mess over there. It's that bloody? Oh god, no, not that kind of mess. Just me with the cops stacked on the media, stacked on the lawyers. Each of them with their own network of drones and all their droning. It's it's a very high productivity atmosphere is what I mean. When were you able to get over there? Well, I got a call from legal late last night. They weren't exactly delicate in breaking the news to me. Last night? They said they needed my help sorting through all his... Well, you know how he let things organized sometimes. He was dead since last night and they kept it under wraps for that long. I know there are a lot of powerful people in the circles, but to stop him from leaking for over 12 hours seems like more than it's your typical powerful people trying to control a narrative. Seems more like this they're actively trying to suppress. So you found out last night? Right, last night. Oh, God. I'm so sorry. I should have told you as soon as I found out. Really, it's alright. Did you see anything? No, I still haven't actually seen him at all. He was relative to the hospital ASAP, and that's where he passed, so... But, well, I didn't get the impression that the cops had been there that long. Not compared to the lawyers. They and the rest of the company people stayed pretty entrenched. Noble set up camp before the police even arrived. So what time would that have been? I guess I got there around 9 p.m. Yeah, because at 9:15 they switched my phone to silent mode, and I got locked out of everything with my work stuff. So my last blot, 9:13, see? Gonna expire whoever put me in heels this morning. It me. Expire. Better than alive, I guess. They can do that to your phone? Lock you out of social media? Of course not. Well, unless I'm on the clock. Or off the clock. But on company property. Or off the clock, but on company property. Then they can remote all my tech, yeah. How convenient. So if I got in at 9 p.m., I guess the rest of the company people have been there since 8:30? Hadn't been more than a few minutes before the mood changed. Word about the hospital declaring him dead had started to leak. I see. He died after he reached the hospital. That's unexpected. It's 2086. You might be in trouble if you get stuck in bureaucracy purgatory when you need to be in the emergency room, but other than that, if you reach the hospital alive, a good doctor can stabilize almost any patient within a few moments. A Noble Electronics lead programmer would have a very good doctor. So what the hell happened? Is she mistaken? Was he just not officially declared dead until reaching the hospital for some reason? Or... Hard to think about it now. Yeah. Or hard to believe. Jess, I have to wonder. What kind of request did David make of you that it couldn't wait a few days? Right, of course. He asked me to give you something. Something? Is she trying to build suspense? Right, it's just, well... I don't know exactly what it is. You have no idea? He asked me to give you the contents of his safe. Are we headed to the bank then? No, see, he has this private safe in his basement. Maybe you've seen it? Well, I say safe, but it might be more accurate to call it a storage locker, or a false wall. And all he told you that is he wanted me to have what's inside? Right. He was very clear about that part. Your eyes only, straight into your hands. Handle that in person, he said. Strange. This is all pretty analog for someone as technically gifted as David. And from anyone else, I'd call it paranoid. But David was never paranoid. Even when he had every right to be. If you wanted this handled a certain way, it must be good for a good reason. There we go. I saw that headline, by the way. The one where your warm android saved that shoulder's life. Oh yeah, pretty feel good, don't you think? Folks at the company must be in high spirits lately, I take it? That's what I thought when I first heard about it, but... I don't know, maybe upper management's never happy? Because they're still just writing sales harder than ever, pushing the traditional consumer markets. I thought they'd start building a pitch for Congress the day the story dropped. Building a pitch for Congress the day the story dropped. A big patriotic campaign telling everyone why we need a contractor for warm androids in the military? I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like that. I haven't heard about them moving staff around for anything like Maybe it's all about my pay grade. Oh, the corporate power and the money in the world. Still such droll-ass assholes that don't even celebrate their victories. So, David asked you to do this on Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. And he passed last night, Friday. Yeah? Wait, you don't think that when he met, he had already decided... It's not nothing to speculate over that kind of thing. More importantly, it's not helpful. The dead don't have anything to offer the living. I should know. You're probably right. Besides, we need to focus. Judging by the size of the crowd I'm looking at, it looks like we're about to jump into the thick of it. Oh boy. Hello? What, like 5 minutes later? Noble employee housing. Building. Latia. Lobby. And I thought there were a lot of police here before. Maybe too late to ask, but you're not bad with crowds, are you, Morgan? She's kidding, right? It's downright airy in here compared to what I've just waded through. Wide eyes and clenched fists, heads peeking over shoulders and around sides. Police, both mechanical and warm-blooded, closing ranks with holograms and quickset wires to draw a severe perimeter. While protesters, mourners, fanatics, and busybodies shuffle around the edges of the police line, the heat of their panicked anxiety washing over. Who the hell were all those people? Well, there have always been people with strong feelings about our products. Androids step forward into the maw, gently, firmly, unfeelingly parting the human side. Most of them with official police branding, but a few remotely deputized consumer models emerged from the crowd to join them. All of them built by Noble. All of them built from David's code. All of them standing vigil outside his tomb. This is all technically company property, isn't it? Yep. David had the penthouse all to himself, but every other floor's tenants are Noble employees too. Not an uncommon arrangement in Uptown. Work at Noble, run from Noble. Wave hello to your Noble neighbor in the morning and make sure that you request a spot in line to the official company crematorium. They don't actually do that last part, I think. Does Noble handle employee funerary arrangements? Yeah, it's pretty standard benefit actually. Cheap for him compared to dental. But Noble's always been generous with benefits. Work hard, the company will have you set for life. And after. That was in the preview. Both the state and Noble have gotten themselves entrenched here in the lobby. Security, damage control, and PR and liability. Everybody just glad to be working. I'm feeling a little overstimulated. Any chance we can just skip all these checkpoints? No, absolutely not. So who do we need permission from? The cops or the company? My request went through, so we should have the go ahead from both at this point. We don't need to go near the actual, it still calls a crime scene if it's not technically a crime? I don't want to think about how many suits Noble's paying to debate the question right this very instant. David's vault is in his penthouse's basement, but we can't get it from these ground floor elevators. I have to ride straight up to the rooftop veranda, walk in his front door, and then head down. Just as we can do all that without stumbling across where he died, then... Okay, so if we just flash my ID card to any problem that comes up. Including him? Hey ladies, look, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're at capacity at the moment. Let anyone else buy and we won't be able to maintain... Huh? You're that lawyer, Morgan. You caught me, detective. How long's it been? Feels like it's been ages. Oh dear, still a bit about a last encounter, I hope. I'll live. I don't see the spunky one around. She's taking a mental health day to preserve that unflappable charm. Detective Reyes is around. Wow, miss her that much? I've had blind pimples over more endearing. You two know each other? Jess Starling, meet homicide detective Kasim London. Pleasure, miss. Oh, likewise? As you might have guessed, the detective and I are acquainted. Comes with the line of work. Morgan's being modest, sweetheart. Practically blood. Oh, wow, me? Sweetheart? Something wrong, Starling? Huh? No, nothing wrong. Close as we are, still can't let her walk in off the street and onto the scene of an ongoing investigation. Even Noble's lawyers have to play by the rules today. Play by the rules. So there is a game flux. What makes you assume I'm here in a professional capacity? You're a criminal defense attorney, and we're at a crime scene. Call an old man's intuition. Good detectives don't rely on intuition, though, do they? They rely on evidence. Oh, I don't rely on it, don't worry. I just need to lean on it every now and then. When my back acts up. Oh, cool. He gets a bit of gray in his hair and thinks he's a free pass to act like a goddamn cowboy. Listen, Morgan. I may or may not be adding to that image. Well, I'm afraid your intuition's off in this morning, Detective. I'm here on a private matter. The deceased wasn't your client? No. That would have been conflict of interest. Conflict of... You two knew each other? I see. In that case, allow me to give you my condolences. Thank you. Well, what I could really use is a bit of your help. You sure rally fast. Jess?
Right. We have this clearance here, Detective. Sir, from legal, which allows us...
It's all right, little lady. I trust you. You can leave the paperwork holster for now.
Little lady?
We aren't here for David, really. We won't be setting foot anywhere near your staging area, Detective. Alright, why not? How generous. I can afford to be generous today, because if I screw up, just to a lobby full of suits and cops. Plenty of folks at hand ready to pick up the slack. Well, if you're that at ease, perhaps I could take this time to ask you some questions? Hey, you can always ask, Tiger. But I don't understand what I mean. But I think you understand what I mean when I say whether or not I can answer is not entirely up to me. You're, like a little more haggard than normal. Hey, haggard! How have you been here anyway? Since this morning. Civilized folk don't call it morning when the street lights are still on. Even if you got here around 1 or 2 in the morning. Still means homicide wasn't brought until hours after Noble had to land. Sounds like you could use a break. I could use a retirement package. Hey, you're a lawyer, right? According to all my business cards. Think you could sue for elder abuse? Not that kind of lawyer, sorry. You would lose, though. I already regret asking. Why, they got a homicide detective losing sleep over this anyway. The man is dead, and he wasn't killed by fire, a vehicle, organized criminals, or disinformation. As far as we know. So at the moment, homicide's technically not the worst fit. But we're leading in name only. High-profile death like this, everyone's got eyes on us. And a hand placed firmly on the back of our neck. I've been checking my phone, but the only thing the news seems to agree on is that David passed away. Sorry, but if you're asking for details, no thank you. Not for letting them... no, thank you for not letting them make this into a parade. Yet. We do our best to respect the privacy of anyone involved in an ongoing investigation. He declined to say victim. Detective? Dr. Asher was a close friend of mine for many years.
Yeah, he trusted Morgan more than anyone.
Can you tell me if he killed himself? It looks like that's the case. Let's see. Thank you for telling me that.
Dr. Ash...
Yeah, you're welcome. Sorry. Another round of guarded words. David was an important man, and it has only been a few hours. But all this tiptoeing gives me the feeling that whatever happened to David, it wasn't cut and dry. Ah. You boys and Noble getting along with each other? Sharing your toys? Some of the younger ones are bristling, but I always play well with Oath's counselor. And how well do the Megs play with you? They give you full access to the building security? They give us access, and they say it's full. Some big penumbra system, top of the line coverage, top bottom of the building. So the data stream's torrential. It'll be a while before we can start making sense of it all. A more conspiratorial man might think it was intentional. Bury some data and hope we're too swamped to find whatever they're trying to hide. Maybe.
Wait, they give you full access to the penumbra? That means every android in the building's feeding you their full spectrum.
You know your stuff. You know it pulls data from any androids connected to the building's net. It's not much help since there weren't any androids in the penthouse.
Right.
You know, I heard rumors. Never put much stock in them, but true. Dr. Asher never owned a single android.
Never.
Well, I suppose I might do the same if I was the genius who programmed them all. Every time they opened up their mouths, it'd just be his own lip surface refracted over 1,000 times over, echoing back at him from behind a mask he carved.
So that means you'll all you'll have to investigate are with the penthouse security cameras.
Yeah, that should be more than enough to wrap up a case like this. In a good way, I mean. We're very much on top of this, ladies. Before I get into that, I'm pretty sure I already know what they mean by Meg, yeah. Derogatory term for, oh god. Derogatory slang for a mega corporation or one of their employees. I hate the term used to refer to so-called mega corporations or anyone who works for them. Numerous unverified explanations for how the term originated. Some say it was the natural evolution of the slang word shark, which is used to refer to ruthless individuals or businessmen in the late 20th century. Others claim that Meg was originally short for Megan, so an archetypical individual that offended contributions that societies have made to society. Corporations have made to society. Tired of having to read anti-industrial sentiment on the net? Check out our auto-censor tools that replace harmful words like Meg with family-friendly alternatives like job creator or patriot. Pause for laughter. Yeah, new profile in London. Fall colors, the morning air, dimples, a man of taste. Dislikes touchscreens, cheap earbuds, white rum. Cats or dogs? Both.
Like I said, my man's a man of taste.
Good at coming up with nicknames, bad at remembering birthdays. We've all been there, man. David was one of the biggest names in tech. He was the face of Noble Electronics. One could argue androids are only as common as they are today because of his contributions to the field. Some people feel that way, sure. So do you think anyone would want to hurt him because of that? Remind me, which of us is the detective again? You really want to let me pick your brain? You already know the answer. Yes, ads are controversial, androids especially.
We at Noble are aware that our products are sometimes the subject of heated debate, but
no need to quote the handbook at us, miss. Truth be told, I never really understood the hate.
Not that complicated, is it?
How many people have lost a job to an ad at least once in their career? Every last one of them lost their jobs because their bosses, their flesh and blood bosses, fired them. Nah, ads ain't just a symptom. Scratch that. Ads are just a product. Getting mad at them is pointless. And vandalizing is less than pointless. Because unlike us, they're all insured.
And besides, Android production has surged over the last decade to become one of the nation's biggest exports.
True. Nice to have at least one thing we make in this country.
That's right. Noble only outsources the productions of a small handful of internal components. Every other part of the manufacturing process is proudly done right here at home.
And so I doubt everyone considers the specifics of Noble's supply chain to be a point of national pride. But you don't need a poli-sci degree to see how much the state values Noble's contributions to the national economy. Alright, now listen, I don't mind being helpful, and I am trying to be sensitive here. We really do have a lot in our hands at the moment, so I'm going to have to ask you to be discreet, and ideally fast.
Well, our business is just in the basement, David's basement.
But the penthouse is on the top floor of the roof, so its basement would be
second to last floor, if you want to be technical, detective. The point is, we don't need to go into the kitchen or the parlor. Go straight to the back to his workshop, then head downstairs.
The kitchen and the parlor. I understand. But all the same, I'd like to escort you two there myself.
Wow, an escort, like royalty.
Isn't he a gentleman?
Huh? Yeah, he's...
Lead the way, detective. True to his word, London ushered us past the chattering suits and humming drones. The checkpoint sent into an elevator.
As it climbed into the sky, we got a good look inside the growing throng of people gathered outside. And its shifting makeup. Seems like it's mostly protesters now, or worse, brand loyalists. The idiots slid around by the nose their whole life, following the musk of whatever trend is laid out before them each morning. Today's trail having led them here, for half reasons they couldn't put into words, yet if their lives depended on it. Like insects. How they look like them from up here. Probably already preparing their spin. Misunderstood Genius of Dr. David Asher. A video essay in 5 parts. Why the company insisted on cultivating such a following for him, I never understood. They could have easily pinned his achievements on someone more marketable. Some random photogenic employee or a fashion model with glasses. David wouldn't have minded. Never wanted the attention. Chaos. Maybe it's as simple as bad luck. Just happened to have the right look for the part. A man buried in his work with his eyes fixed ahead. Damn it, I want to take another look at him. Oop, okay, cool. You're gonna let me. Right. Interestingly feminine. Right. Maybe he's trans. I don't know, man. Housing, building, Zatea, penthouse. This is what, his laboratory? His shop, he called it. How down to earth. It's messy in here. David was always disorganized. Why a programmer needed to make such a mess to run tests on computers, I'll never. But sloppy as he could be, he didn't like you when other people saw it. If he was leaving things like this, he must not have entertained any guests down here for some time. Thanks for all your help, Detective London. Don't mention it. Well, you want me to step out? We won't take long. I'm looking for boldness, are you? Look, I had to take this. We'll be out in and out as soon as possible. Promise. And whatever Dr. Ash wanted set aside for his foundation, we'll be sure to flag it. Right. She's already wearing gloves. If we find a dead body, you'll be our first call. Marnie, just what was the stuff about his foundation? Dr. Ash's charity's always been managed by an outside group. You haven't spent a lot of time around crime scenes, have you? Actually, this is my first. Well, generally speaking, it's not really common to retrieve things from the premises while cops are still searching them. Oh. Oh! Look, if David had something to give me, we can go get it. We just can't make a ton of noise about it, understand? Of course. Great. After you. Right. Why does a church house? The phrase is quiet as a church mouse, but I was gonna say that, but caught myself. I'm okay. I'm okay. But now it doesn't seem like the time to correct her. David's shop was a mess, but the mess felt familiar. It was very David. Going down here, I barely recognized the place. For starters, it's a goddamn gym. David hated exercise. Always claimed he didn't have the time for it. Even when I got him that treadmill and a subscription of the personal coaching program with a scheduling subroutine, said he couldn't find the time. And then when I explained to him that the program accounted for that and adapted to his schedule, he still... Morgan, what's up? You're smiling. What's so funny? Nothing. Just surprised to see the place renovated. Yeah, he actually had me on mail tag with a couple contractors a while back. Never thought I'd have to learn so much about concrete and wiring and marble. Did you know marble needs to be treated or else indoor air will start to corrode it? I didn't know that. Is that true? Wait, is it not? But a guy told me with that. I thought the epoxy finish the entire bar table could... Is that the vault over there then? Yeah, stands out, I guess. Mm-hmm. Nervous? What's that? Oh, a little, I guess. But the inhaler helps mostly, so... Aren't you going to open it? Open it? Don't, don't you know the combination? No, I do not know the combination to David's basement vault. Oh. Oh! Oh, no, 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 no. How could I have... He didn't tell you or give you a code or... He gave me the code to get into the building. In the parking garage. But not the code of whatever this is. Okay. You know, there were a lot of scattered papers back in his lab. Could he have left you a note on one of them? Yes, he could have. He would have. In fact, I think he probably did. You stay right there, Morgan. I'll have to settle just a sec. Sounds good. All right, then. Well, it's definitely locked. Looks like a Tethys Basic Sturdy Cure anti-hack, anti-digital high-rated code panel. Nothing basic about it, but at least I can see the password's limited to 6 characters. Only a million possible combinations. Tethys, Electronic Shipping LLC, the largest online shopping and consumer shipping corporation on Earth. And a dominant economic force that frequently courts controversy in skirting monopoly and labor law in every nation in which it operates. And yes, we really do have everything for sale, so ditch this lame search engine and head over to our online store and find what you're really looking for, hot stuff. Oh boy. Oh, that's right. Some chances. What the hell? Why shouldn't I give it a shot? Nothing's happening. Okay, that was dumb. I don't really have to dwell on why I thought that would work. Forget it. There's a different terminal over there. Cotter secure. Hold on, I do want to try those other ones. I don't think any of them are going to work, but I do want to try them. This one specifically. Yeah. Don't really want to dwell on why I thought that would work. Get it. There's a different terminal over there. Auto security systems. According to the label, maybe it controls the whole room. Damn, that's password protected too. And the code's 64 digits long? What's the point of a camera system that's harder to crack than your literal vault, you egg-headed? Okay, yeah, programmer probably would care about his IoT than more about his IoT than whatever he can fit in a safety deposit box. This one I don't know. Oh, Internet of Things. Right. Guess it's 6-digit vault or nothing. But I'm a lawyer, not a lockpick. What other felonies I get up into my private time? I've never pulled off a bank heist before. Only tool I've gotten here is my head. So what do I know? I know whatever David put in his safe, he wanted kept it secure. And I also know that he wanted me to have it. So maybe he thought ahead. Maybe he guarded it in such a way that I would be the only one who could get into it. David liked games, and he really liked beating me. So if he left one last puzzle for me, I don't mind going another round. The weights, as pointed out. The shattered floor? Interesting. Bar. I think that's connected to the bar. I want to look at this first. Taking a closer look, this is a pretty serious set of resistance training equipment. And these weights are all sitting near the max. Noble had appointed him a nutritionist along with his stylist. David would be downright scrawny. There's no way he was putting up these numbers. In which case, the digits on the weights could be a clue. But there's too many. Can't guess the order. What the hell, Asher? Did you set all the weights to max because it looked more neat? Flooring's a new addition. Looks rough like sandpaper, but it's bouncy. Rubberized. Feels like something you drag your feet into the gym or on the factory floor. It's more high performance than high class. Expensive, but not in the way you'd expect for a penthouse. Well, scratch that. It's actually cracked here. Rubber doesn't break, it bends. That's its thing. Someone must have cheaped out during the installation, left a defect in. That or David left a jackhammer on overnight. Interesting. Admire? A very big painting. And it's a impressionist? No, cubicle. Cubist, which is so incorrect. Yeah, cubicle. That sounds right. It is not. Whatever its style, I do remember David liked his painting. If there were a date on it, that could be a 6-digit password, but I don't see one anyway. Maybe signing your work was completely gauche amongst the cubicle lists? Cubicle lists? Oh, shit. Big blue painting. Big orange blue painting. So results for Predator. Predator is an oil-on-canvas painting for the mid-21st century neo-abstract expressionist Mads Haystrup. Arguably his most well-known work, it was displayed at the Kulheim Centre d'Art Moderne for 9 months before Haystrup entered the premises on 11/25/58 and used a hunting knife to cut the singular massive canvas into 3 separate pieces. When asked for comment, Haystrup replied, "My works are not complete until they have been signed." 3 separate pieces? David's wine collection, still towering over the room. Don't know why he'd buy so many bottles, he didn't even particularly like the stuff. Maybe just to fill out the shelves. But not all of the bottles are untouched. Some of them don't have dust on them at all. There's a mechanism for retrieving bottles out of the rack. The latest bottle chosen was a Merducom 81. Could be significant. Except vintage is only listed the year they were bottled, not the month or day. It's not enough digits for the code. This must be his spare liquor cabinet. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in here. A lot of bottom shelf swill. Got a bargain bin vodka and nose burner whiskey that only undergrad programmer would love. Nostalgia's sweet like that. Overpowering. 1 part per million cap can cover the cheapest aftertaste. Alright, that's probably the whole room. Time to make a break. Oh, was it actually? Yeah, it is. Okay. Can I look at my phone? I did have a date. Ah, fuck. Shit. What was it? 11... Hello? Phone? Something? 11... What was it? 5886 or something? $25.58. Fuck. Nice. I feel like there was at least one hint that I came across. Better try that again. 11. Nope, that's 22. 11, 25, 58. The date the painting was signed. A password that is and isn't left in plain sight. Nice one. Hey, Morgan, What? How did you get it open? What is that? I turned back around just in time to see a door finish swinging open with mechanical grace, revealing a girl with a barcode blazoned on her temple. That's clearly over her hair, but whatever. Required by law to be plainly visible. It's an android, clearly marked as such. And yet, even standing this close, I could swear it's snoring? I step forward and place the back of my wrist on the android's brow. Warm. It must be a prototype for the Animate 16s. Or maybe a prototype for the 17? Or 18? A biomechanical android with real human flesh. Sorry, biomechanical, yes, but it's organic flesh, not human. They're grown from lax Gemini cultures, but Sorry, I misspoke. Right, understandable since... You seem surprised, Jess. Hasn't it been working on warm androids like this one for a few years now? I know about warm androids. Warm androids like this one? I mean, yeah, we have. Sorry, it's just that it's this particular model is very it's very cutting edge. Leading edge, judging by the flush on those cheeks. I think it's safe to say that we found what we're looking for. I think so too. That presents a problem then. Oh, do you not approve? Oh, I've got nothing against androids. My concern's a bit more immediate and, well, practical. Practical? I don't know how to turn it on. Uh, do you switch or something? Do you? Can we turn it around or? I poked the android's ribs. A little less give than I expected, given its frame, but the rigidity's remarkably lifelike. I place my hand on the shoulder and give it a shake, but it doesn't budge. This thing has to weigh more than. Right, androids mostly transport themselves, so people are always surprised to find out they're a bit heavier than they look. Bet. I'm surprised the whole room isn't slanted. There's no way in hell we're moving this thing without waking it up. Crap. First the vault, now this. I was able to guess the combination just by poking around. Compared to that, finding the hunk of junk's power switch could be child's play. And I think I know where to start. Jess, I'm gonna step back into the lab for a moment, alright? Huh? Oh, sure, it's gotta be a manual around here. Good idea. Maybe some kind of prototype, but it's still got a barcode. Maybe you can scan its GIN number and find something in the company files? Yeah, of course. All generic ID numbers should be paired with industry standard files on maintenance, tracking, power requirements. This one I don't know. Generic identification number. Is a string of numerals typically encoded into a barcode labels an automated dependent. How many numerals? Is it 16? Early on in the automated dependent industrial revolution, concerns with the lessening gap between man and machine led governments to pass laws mandating that all ads clearly identify themselves as such to counteract rampant disinformation and identify identity theft campaigns. Manufacturers responded by stamping the GIN code into androids' bodies, most commonly at the cheek above the collarbone or in the back of the hand. Some companies placed the GIN on the wrist, but it quickly incurred backlash. Oh, yeah, huh? Concerns about automated dependence impersonating humans have dropped precipitously since then, and the Jinn has instead taken on new life as a cultural icon, as powerful and easily recognizable as any corporation's logo. Fake Jinn barcodes, fins, are one of the most commonly requested tattoos. The vast majority of reputable parlors will draw a line through the barcode once finished to avoid breaking identity law, though there are some citizen clients who care little about the consequences. MMA fighter Samli Paka infamously sports a Jin tattoo across his right knuckles and makes a show of signing a check to pay the fine for displaying a false Jin at an international broadcast every time he enters the ring. He has to pay every time he goes to the ring. I somehow doubt the enigmatic android taking a catnap in the sarcophagus to David Asher's basement will have her usual manual. But it can't hurt for her to try and. Huh? I'm okay. Broke a heel, but I'm okay. I carry glue. And I'd rather search the lab by myself. There's also the fact that we need to get her out of here. Ideally with minimal questions. Yeah, if I were David and I want to make sure that only one person would be able to walk out of here with that android, how would I set that up? Diagrams of human anatomy. The hands are highlighted. The most developed part of the human body, good for making stone axes and sending emails. Robots and frames could do just fine with claws or 3-digit imitations, but androids are expected to look like people, move like them too. Getting the hands right must be a big priority in Noble. A tree-like shape on the right is a neuron. Those branches receive input from varying weight, and then, if the sum is greater than a certain threshold, the neuron fires. 0 becomes a 1, and all the other zeros around it take that into consideration. Repeat that a couple billion times, and you got a human brain. Computer powerful enough to simulate all of reality. the analogy I read in a magazine anyway. Check this thing. Haven't seen one since college. This must be a 3D printer. Oh. Of some sort. It's expensive enough to make other printers look like soda fountains by comparison. Better not mess with any of the settings. These appear to be holding tanks for something. How would I know? No labels of anything. Typical for a genius. No name it for anyone trying to pick up after him. A lot more hard science than I expected in here. Centrifuges and glass and microscopes. What programs do all their work with a keyboard? Now. Looks like a fairly normal computer. If I'm lucky, the security will be fairly normal as well. Boot up complete. Username? Oh. David Asher? Morgan? Guest? Thank you for logging in as guest. Didn't recognize my voice. So I can probably rule out a vocal command being the key to making the android. Do you have a question? More than one. For now though, what should I search on this computer? Android. Search files for Android. 60,000 results and counting. Yeah, okay. David would have a lot of files in Androids. You need to search smarter than that. Basement. Search files for basement. 812 results in the local drive. Should I expand the search? Auditing how he renovated his basement could take all day. Search files for Morgan. 23 results on the local drive. I can work with that. Mostly phone book and social data. I don't recognize this file type. Some kind of personnel format? Date of birth, education, occupation, type, height, and weight? Alright, buddy, a little invasive, don't you think? Very sensitive. DNA and fingerprints. Now, why do you have that, David? Your DNA isn't in the database. I've made sure of that. So he couldn't have bought this anywhere. He must have collected it himself with a wine glass or the like. Would have been easy to do so. But why do it? Alright, I'm starting to get a pretty clear picture of what it'll take to turn on this android. I got the what and the where, from the where and how. I just have to manage. This is just a piece of machinery. If it really won't turn on, I can always start hitting it. I'm glad Morgan knows, because I'm still a little lost. Morgan, there you are. I looked every registry I could find in every database I can get into, but I don't think this android's in the system. It was a long shot. Don't beat yourself up about it. Yeah, but an android without the proper identification is... It's only buying or selling an android without proper identification that's illegal. And it doesn't seem like you ordered this one online. I guess you're right, but... We'll have it registered soon enough anyway. I think I figured out what I need to do here. Oh? If David really wanted me to have this, he would have left some way for me to turn it on. What are you thinking? He would have my fingerprints and my DNA on file. By requiring both, it could be reason assured that no one was powering up this android without my approval. You've done a swab before, haven't you? Every month for the company. Apparently they're building a database for employee epigenetics cross-referenced with... Oh, so you're gonna... My DNA and fingerprints make the key. Now, where to find the lock? I'm thinking lips. I'm hoping hand. There was a diagram back in the shop. Was it meant to be a literal handshake verification? Huh. I thought that would work. Me too. Lips? Lips are one of the most sensitive parts of the body. Not the worst place to make a scan, even if it is gross placing my finger there. Bingo. Oh, that's... Still not doing it, huh? Come on, do I really need to push my finger deeper? Did you grab a key? Oh man, you went right in there. Are you touching the tongue? It's blinking at me. Go on. Sarah. Good morning to you, too. You. Hello. I've never seen you two before. I guess we should introduce ourselves then. Hi. Hi. This is Jessica Starling. She works for Dr. Asher. I'm Morgan, a friend of his. Got all that? I understand. She is Jessica Starling, and you are Morgan. Last name unknown? No, Morgan is my last. Father told me about you. He did? Hey. Father? David. You had to call you Daddy? I am referring to Dr. David Asher. Are you confused? That's not the word I would use. I'll throw you a bone from beyond the grave for the good doctor and just move this along. Did David say that he was giving you to me? Transferring ownership? Ownership? That is correct. And what else did... Mostly correct. Right. And, what else did he tell you? Many things. Can you specify? I thought this conversation was the first thing David figured out how to program. Dr. Asher tell you anything he wanted you to convey to Morgan? A message you were supposed to pass on? Yes. I think it's trying to... Okay, sure, I'll give you two. Or well, I'll give you some privacy, Morgan. I've actually gotten about 14 messages in the last 2 minutes, so... I'll just head back up at the lab and make some calls, okay? Thanks, Jess. Yes, thank you, Jess. You're welcome. Just the two of us now. So what do I call you? My name is Sarah. It's nice to meet you, Morgan. Trust me, the pleasure's all mine. So what's the message? Father told me that I would be living with you from now on. He told me that you would look after me. Shouldn't it be the other way around? Should it? Model this like life, with warmth and breath and something close to blood in its veins. Just what are you anyway? You forgot my name already? It's Sarah. What were you built for? You're warm, obviously. You're not one of those physical therapy models, are you? That would be highly illegal. I haven't completed 500 hours of study at a state-approved massage therapy school. I haven't even completed 1 hour. What purpose did Dr. Asher design you for? I don't know the answer to that question. You don't know why he built you? No? Should I? How can you not? Do you? Would I be asking you if I did? Do you know why you were created? Why you were born? Why me? Why would you? Why are you doing this? You're a freak! A monster! What the hell's wrong with you? Please don't kill me! Please! Why? Why? Why was a monster like you ever born? I guess I walked into that one. I was starting to wonder if you had the Turing solution. Even had the Turing solution. Father's framework for programming linguistics and artificial systems. And the body of work with which he first gained international recognition. Yeah, international Do you have an answer to my question? An answer as to why you were created? Why you exist? Occam's razor. I'm here because my parents wanted me. I see. Then I will give you a similar answer. I was created because Father wanted to make me. Can't argue with that logic, can I? Can't argue with that logic. Father did say that you are a lawyer. Yeah, that's me. You're a lawyer and I defeated you with logic. World-class high-power attorney and the best defense money can buy. So do you catch criminals? What cops do? That's what cops do. Do you litigate criminals? That's what prosecutors do. Then do you fight for the underrepresented? Expose injustice? Sue corrupt corporations and officials? I don't think anybody does that anymore. Then what do you do? I'm a criminal defense attorney. A defender of the innocent and powerless. Uh-huh. Do you also... Now that you know all about me, what can you tell me about yourself? I've never had to do that before. First time for everything. How old are you? I'm not sure I can give a satisfactory answer. 0 for 2 on answering simple questions. What's the date of your earliest memory? A few years ago. And were you constructed or assembled or whatever? What facility? Sorry, where were you constructed? I was not constructed in any facility. Father created me here. By himself. You're saying if I took you apart, I wouldn't be able to find any markers from any manufacturers, any IDs of any designer. You want to take me apart? It was a programmer, not an engineer. How would he custom build an android from scratch in the comfort of his own home? He couldn't have. He must have had help. Probably a whole apartment's worth. If I ask around, there's got to be someone in the company who can ID this thing. How do we figure out what's so important about it? You don't look like any android I've ever seen. What are you made of? This body is comprised of organic tissues integrated directly into cybernetic systems. They require organic nourishment, including water, carbohydrates, and salt. Wait, warm androids have to eat and drink? They cannot be worth that much trouble. My cybernetic systems operate largely as analogs to their equivalents of the human body. I have a respiratory system for oxygen exchange and a centrally located pump that circulates oxygen. You mean you have a heart? How quaint. But where does all that extra weight come from? Pardon? I tried moving you earlier. It feels like I was pulling against a truck. My skeleton is a combination of medical-grade plastics and military-grade titanium carbide alloy. I should take the wind out of her sails. My muscles are made of adaptive rare earth alloy nanoweave fiber with shock absorption and kinetic chain potential very fast. Wait, you say military-grade? I have grip strength of over 1,000 kilograms. I can run it. I thought that equipment was for her. As soon as they were like, oh, she's like crazy heavy, I was like, oh, okay, no, they got her doing the weights. I can run at sustained speed over 60 kilometers per hour. I can jump 60 meters vertically. I can lift approximately... I'm not sure what kind of grip strength most androids are walking around with, but I've never seen any of them move the way she's talking about. Even just standing there, she seems poised. Control. Spring tight. Strength and flexibility, like a ballerina or a gymnast. Strong enough to flip over a tank. Lifelike enough to avoid detection. As long as they never stepped on a scale and make for the perfect infiltration unit. The perfect weapon, if we can keep its development a secret. David really put something that heavy in my plate? Dismantling a military prototype in secret? Are you deep in thought? But a military infiltration android would look more crew-cut and forgettable. Would David really devote personal time and effort just to make another weapon for the military? I have other features I could tell you about if you like. If I shot you, would you die? It would be very painful, and there would be a discharge of fluid, but conventional weapons could not prove particularly effective. That settles it. This thing's a weapon, sure as I... Would you like to know about my hair? Your hair. I'm impressed you noticed. Each fabric contains miniaturized solar cell lattice technology, allowing me to remain charged throughout the daytime. That must come in handy? I haven't actually had the chance to use it yet. This room has ambient wireless charging functionality, and I haven't gone outside much. Okay, maybe it's not a weapon after all. You're just a pincushion, aren't you? I am not familiar with that term. Searching. Pincushion, jargon, design. Refers to prototypes filled with experimental technologies to check for compatibility issues. Got an idea? Not sure what to do with it? Stick it in the pincushion. This is good an explanation for any of what I'm staring at. A mishmash of state-of-the-art military features spliced with odd new technologies and seemingly pointless additions. The end result being a singular, unsellable android that wasn't particularly good at anything and would break down only after a few years. Postgraduate intense. Buddy Rich come to know as a Turing solution named just will answer the all past, present, future Turing tests. Oh, I get it. I don't think they ever went into detail in Zero. True, it's named David Asher Space Ghost, yet to fail any Turing test. It was had to deter out if good answers come from a human or a machine implanted with a success rate below 99.97. A number of think tanks, charities, and corporations hold baddies for just designing new Turing tests for the sole purpose of running them against Dr. David Asher's work. although none have announced the rewarding of any prize money thus far. That's funny. A Turing solution. The end result being, yeah. Oh shit, it's almost... Ooh. We'll settle this scene and then I think that'll be that. Pincushions are a small but valid part of the field of Android manufacturing. They are valuable to collectors who see them as time capsules filled with the designer's most outlandish ideas and least reproducible results. But even the most nonsensical pincushions are built via committee over years with numerous engineers and programmers adding to their pet functions. The Android before me claims to have been built by one man. A man who's now... Seems we got off track here, Sarah. Was there anything else David told you to relay to me? Besides that you were to look after me? He also told me that you were reliable, and that I should trust you. He said that I was to listen to you and obey your instructions. Finally, some good news. As you say, Adonai. What's that? That word you call me. What was that? Adonai, from classical Hebrew. Translated literally means my lord. Do you prefer that I call you master? No. Very good, Adonai. Why'd David use Hebrew, though? Because everything else is biblical. Abrahamic myth tells of servants constructed out of earth and clay, designed to resemble and obey their masters. Golems. Father must have found the comparison appropriate. Amusing, more likely. It's just a joke. Father would not make light of such a thing. Sure he would. Perhaps we should ask him to clarify his reasoning for himself. Where is Father, by the way? Is he upstairs? When was the last time you were active? 38 hours ago? Thursday night, then. Correct. Right. David Asher is dead. He died last night. Do you understand? May I see him? See him? No, I won't be able to see him. Funeral's probably not for a few days. Father was not... He was not sick. I feel like doing this whole song and dance with 2 robots in a day. It's very charming, but let's go to commands only. What? What happened? Did he have an accident? He's still doing the theatrics. Does it not recognize my authority yet? The police have determined that he committed suicide. For the time being, we ought to focus on getting you properly registered. Maybe then you'll take commands the first time I say them and not... The police are wrong. Excuse me? They are wrong. Father did not commit suicide. He would never do such a thing. Father had... He told me... Look, Sarah... I'm... sorry? You're sorry? Father said you were his friend. How are you so calm? I've been around death a lot. So don't try to lecture me about grief, spearman. My name is Sarah. You will use it because my father, Dr. David Asher, the greatest programmer in the world, gave it to me. And he did not kill himself. Alright, let's say you're right. David didn't commit suicide. If that's the case, the police will realize that soon enough. The police have already made their determination. That's what you just said. Father said that you were a lawyer, that you were capable and reliable, and a friend. And she's doing the patty mouth. You should be looking into his death. That's... Is that an order? Of course not. It is a request, Adonai. A request that I'll have to refuse. The police have their job, and I have mine. If I stick my nose into their investigation any further, they'll come down on me. Hard. Cops don't like lawyers on principle. But what they really hate are people who tell them how to do their job. Let's go. We need to... Father asked you to look after me. That he did. He also said you should obey me. But you don't seem quite as fixated on that part. And he said something else. He said that you owed him a favor. One favor. The thin ice starts here, Spearmint. It was between him and me. Father is gone, so now it is between you and I. And I am calling in the favor now. What? You don't have to take care of me anymore. Consider the request null and void. You can sell me to some collector, you can donate me to a university, it doesn't matter. In exchange, you will prove that Father didn't kill himself. and you will make sure that whoever did it is held accountable. Why are you laughing? It's you and me, not you and I. You and me. David would be rolling over his grave if he knew you did that wrong. It was not my intention to muse or rotate. No, that's for damn sure. Fine. I'll take that deal, Sarah. You mean you would prove that father did not? I mean, I'll look into it. I'm a lawyer. I don't prove anything. I just disprove what I can. And where do we start? We? Didn't realize you had a law degree. I do not have a law degree, but I am a fast learner. This isn't a job interview. And I am far from useless. I can... The ad did raise at least one good question. Where do I start? I'm a defense attorney, not a police detective. And David was my friend, my client. Won't be able to poke around at all in this. And I am also capable of... Can you tell a lie? I am capable of making statements that are false. Guess that'll have to do. Are you gonna ask me to lie? Yeah. To the police, in fact. Lying to the police is a felony. Androids don't commit felonies, they make errors. I see. What kind of error did you have in mind, Adonai? I think that's our scene. Ooh. As soon as this loads up. You know, I really wouldn't mind one of these little keychains for her. She seems cute. Fidget tummy. Hey, okay. Sato's stuck. Deep in thought. I'm gonna earn more. It's Morgan time. Cute. Anyway. Where's my home? Exit. The title. Yes. All right. This game is fun. I'm glad I picked it up, actually. Oh, that's right. They changed the intro. Or the thing here. Episode 1. I wonder. Hold on. Oh. I was hoping there'd be like a Sarah interview. All right. Is there? Yeah, there's a Sarah concept. Wait, that was there before. Fun. All right. Where is the there? Right. All right, guys. Well, that's that. Another wrap on another episode of the Devil. The game was really fun and good, and I am definitely coming back to this. Should issues continue to arise? Hopefully they won't. 'Cause I like, as fun as this is, I actually want to get back to 100 line, but I mean, I'm fine having 100 line on the back burner if it means I get to play this for the rest of the time. But yeah, hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your week. Just a gentle but firm reminder that you can pick up episode 0 for free, and episode 1 was only like $10, so like, it's totally cool if you want to go and you know, throw some money his way. He did a good job. The whole team did a good job. I don't know why I'm attributing it to one person, but like, everyone here did a really good job, and you should pay them if you think you want to and have the ability to safely. Anyway, take care, guys, and we'll catch you later. Bye now.